Steps of the germination process. Once the ideal conditions are met, the germination process generally unfolds in these stages. Imbibition, water absorption. The dry seed rapidly absorbs water, causing it to swell. This rehydrates the cells and activates metabolic processes that have been suspended during dormancy. Activation of metabolic processes. The absorbed water activates enzymes within the seed. These enzymes begin to break down the stored food reserves, starches, proteins, fats, in the cotyledons or endosperm into simpler sugars and other nutrients that the growing embryo can utilize for energy. Respiration. The seed increases its rate of cellular respiration, converting the stored nutrients into usable energy, ATP, to fuel growth. Radical emergence, root growth. The first visible sign of germination is usually the emergence of the radicle, which is the embryonic root. It breaks through the seed coat and grows downward, anchoring the seedling and beginning to absorb water and nutrients from the soil. Seed germination is the fundamental process by which a seed develops into a new plant, seedling. It's a complex biological event that requires specific environmental conditions. Here's a breakdown of the key steps and requirements. Essential requirements for germination. Before a seed can germinate, it needs certain conditions to break its dormancy. These typically include water. This is the most crucial element. Water is absorbed by the seed through a process called imbibition. This causes the seed to swell, softening and eventually cracking the seed coat. Water also activates enzymes within the seed. Optimal temperature. Each plant species has an ideal temperature range for germination. Some seeds prefer warm temperatures while others need cool periods, stratification, to break dormancy. Too hot or too cold can inhibit germination or even kill the embryo. Oxygen. Germinating seeds require oxygen for respiration. Respiration is the process that breaks down stored food reserves in the seed to produce the energy ATP needed for growth. If a seed is buried too deeply or the soil is waterlogged, it may not get enough oxygen. Light, for some seeds. While most seeds germinate in darkness, some require light to germinate, for example lettuce, and others are inhibited by it. The light requirement varies greatly by species. Healthy seed. A viable seed with a mature undamaged embryo and sufficient stored food reserves is essential.
Shoot emergence. Following the radicle, the plumule embryonic shoot, which will become the stem and leaves, begins to grow upwards. Epigeal germination. In some plants, like beans, the hypotyl, the part of the stem below the cotyledons, elongates and pulls the cotyledons' seed leaves above the soil surface. The cotyledons then often turn green and perform some photosynthesis until the true leaves develop. Hypogeal germination. In other plants, like corn, the epicotyl, the part of the stem above the cotyledons, elongates, and the cotyledons remain below the soil surface. The first true leaves emerge directly from the soil, photosynthesis, and autotrophic growth. Once the shoot emerges and the first leaves, whether cotyledons or true leaves, are exposed to light, the seedling begins to perform photosynthesis. At this point, the plant starts producing its own food, becoming less reliant on the stored reserves in the seed. Establishment of seedling. The root system continues to develop, anchoring the plant more firmly and enhancing nutrient and water absorption. True leaves expand, and the plant continues to grow and establish itself as a young seedling.
Tips for successful seed germination, especially for home gardeners. Choose good quality seeds. Fresh, viable seeds have a higher germination rate. Use a sterile, well-draining seed starting mix. This prevents diseases and ensures good aeration. Provide consistent moisture. Keep the soil evenly moist but not waterlogged. Maintain optimal temperature. Use a heat mat if necessary to provide consistent warmth for germination. Ensure adequate light after germination. Once seedlings emerge, they need plenty of light to prevent them from becoming leggy. Grow lights are often beneficial. Provide good air circulation. This helps prevent fungal diseases like damping off. Don't bury seeds too deep. Follow seed packet instructions for planting depth. Tiny seeds are often surface sown or barely covered. Consider pre-treatment for stubborn seeds. Some seeds benefit from soaking to soften the seed coat, or stratification, cold treatment, to break dormancy.